with that happened. First of all, I mentioned that I couldn't pay for this shelter that I am living in. It was an embarrassment to even lay my head on a pillow,
Yeah.
because this is I can't afford this, but I'm in here.
Yeah.
The third thing is that since you can't afford this thing, and there's a person you're living with that is paying for everything. What are they feeling? There were times when I was like, I wish I could just give this person like money. I don't know where it comes from. Well, I don't know where it would come from.
Yeah.
And I've got this fire burning inside me. I wanna be as big of a success as possible. For myself, for my family,
Yeah.
for the people around me.
Yeah.
But everything is a blur. Everything, literally every little thing, to a certain extent that I didn't know where I was as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sometimes my mom had to remind me it's my birthday. That's how deep it was.
Yeah.
People had to call. I had to see on Facebook, or hey, it's my birthday tomorrow,
Yeah.
or in 3 days.
Yeah.
So I I'm still yet to ask professionals what is depression. I think I still need to understand the depth of it so that I can say that was depression. But if judging from my dad passed away because of depression. So judging from that, or maybe I'm young enough and strong enough to take it in, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if it is depression or it's not, but it was uh, a very difficult time in my life. Very, very, very difficult.
Mm.
You know.
I think, I don't know, man. Like, listening to you, Nick,
Yeah.
I have this sense that somewhere, somehow, because I tend to read a lot of biographies and whatever. And what you're saying actually just showed me a common thing amongst people that actually succeed in life. And somewhere, somehow, it seems like, though when you go through pain, at that time it feels like it's actually finishing you, or whatever the case is. It's burying you. But somewhere, somehow, it seems like pain tends to shape us for, you know, a better future ahead of us. I don't think you could have been as hungry as you are today if you didn't physically experience the hunger.
Yeah.
I think that physical hunger that you experienced over the years caused this hunger that you have in the game and in terms of life, etc. And I think hence why you're still in the game 5-6 years later. You understand? Because there's many people out there. For example, I got to like one and fizzle out. Why have I been 2-3 years and fizzle out? Because most artists tend to fizzle out in the first 30 years. So you're already like miles over what a lot of people hope to achieve. So coming to think about that, it's also the I really think that it worked in your advantage, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even till today, you're still passionate about that next hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was some time I felt like saying, give us a break. One way on the side,
Yeah.
But it makes sense now that pain that you went through. I think because on a reference here, you don't want to go back there.
Yeah, yo, bro. I think, I think, I think we shouldn't fault people and try to find different things that uh, take them out
Yeah.
of trying to win.
Yeah.
I think each and everyone is aware of the past. I think people just choose to ignore it. There is a reference all the time when I see, even around you, when you see where you were. There are people that are where you were, right now. So I look at the people in the streets. I see my past. Age. I see I see I see exactly what I was going through.
Yeah.
Obviously, I cannot duplicate that feeling and then try to feel it now.
Yeah.
But I can see it.
Yeah.
So it's a thing of ignorance to people. People, when you say fizzle out, when you say artists have one song and then they can't give you another, or they go for 2 years and then they can't go for the third year or fourth year or whatever. I feel like it's ignorance, because we as artists are supposed to have a 9 to 5 in the studio.
Yeah.
Artists are not supposed to be out there all the time in the club, in the streets, and whatever the case may be. There must be that form of exclusivity when it comes to an artist and what they do as a creative. I feel like feeding into your talent is way more important than trying to see what your talent does. There's a big difference. Like, some people prefer seeing what their talent does out there instead of feeding the talent.
Yeah.
So seeing what the talent does out there, there's a very thin line between filling up your ego, or really trying to see what your talent does. And I feel like a lot of people are literally out there to see, this is my song doing this thing. It's just egoistic, you know. So we should stop being in the club out there all the time. We must just be in studio, like a doctor goes to work each and every morning. Why are you skipping days as a musician, as a creator? Why are you saying I'll work on a Friday and then you don't work the next month? I know you might have the privilege of having leeway, of having a hit song, and then it'll carry you 9 months, and then you wouldn't work in those 9 months. But it doesn't make sense for the future. Sorry about that. Each and every day is a chance to give us a glimpse of the future. So I think we are just ignorant to the fact that
Dida Bush's wise words, and I totally agree. Yeah, you can continue.
So we're ignorant to this fact. I would say the day, I say this to people all the time, the day wants you up every morning. So as soon as the day starts without you, I don't know how to say this, but I think, well, in my experience, when I wake up around 12 or 1 o'clock, I feel like I've lost so much. It feels like I'm rushing somewhere, like I'm behind. So the day wants you up every morning. Whether, I don't care who you are, whether you are contractor, bricklayer, you do bricklaying, you sanitize people's hands, or whatever the case may be. I feel like you must wake up in the morning and then have a good start.
True.
So that by midday already you're planning for tomorrow.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Zanki, I can see Zanki's here says, KayBee, what advice would you give young ones out there that sees you as a role model?
Advice for young? Advice for young?
Yeah, that see you as a role model.
Actually, I just said that. I just said that, but so like I said, like obviously people that see me as a role model, 50% of it is influenced by what I do as a musician. You know, I'll speak for music for now. So as far as this phone, I don't know this charger. Hey, anyway, can you see me now?
Yeah, I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for young people, young musicians that are trying to get into the music industry.
Yeah.
Also, there are people in the music industry, but they are not mainstream.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like you must be inspired to create. You must not be inspired to duplicate.
Wow,
so
deep.
Yeah. So what
yeah, we didn't hear that, man.
So I'm saying, inspired to create. You must not be duplicate.
Wow, deep.
So my thing about that is there's already originals. There's your Heavy K's, there's your Prince KB's, there's your DJ Tiras and the likes.
Yeah.
So my thought process about that is, like, if there's someone else already, why would you duplicate this person?
Yeah, I feel you.
You're literally wasting your inspiration.
Yeah.
You know, if you are inspired to duplicate me, that's a waste of time. So I feel like young people must not duplicate and create.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you will set yourself apart from the rest.
Yeah, no, deep, man. I just also remembered. Do you remember that first car you bought? The Golf, the white one.
Yes.
Hey, when you would go to gigs,
I only that car. I think I only had gear 2 and 4. So it's 2 and 4.
Yeah.
2 and 4 all the time, and you get to a red light, and then you have to now move from gear 2.
Yeah.
It's a steep, like it's a hill.
Yeah.
It was a struggle all the time, but it is what it is, bro.
Yeah. But it was a beast, that thing.
Yeah. Everyone is.
Hey, and the silver one, I think it was the first car that you really worked the most on. You know, that first, the one that you ended up actually blessing me with. You shocked me that day, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, my boy here hooked me up with a nice ride.
Yeah, man.
What
Whatever. Like I've never been under pressure to do things. So I was driving a whack ass car, and I had 2 number ones.
Yeah.
The country, like, I had Better Days and I had Wajella, but I was driving the most appalling car.
Yeah.
You can never imagine, So yeah.
What's up? Abash.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. So
yeah.
I'm in that state, and what you see on the charts, and you see your work, people would expect you to rock up with a, I don't know, Golf R or or whatever the case.
Yeah.
But I feel like people shouldn't be under any pressure.
Sure.
Yeah. If you can't afford a certain thing, don't be under any pressure because of your surroundings or
the fame.
Yeah, the fame. Some people, like, you would have. I used to have a girlfriend. One day, walking down the streets, and
I know who it is. Should I mention?
Not gonna mention any names. Oh. So walking down the streets, and I think she was fed up with the whole thing of being broke. And, bro, like, I'm not blaming her. Like, I understand.
Yeah.
No child play dating a broke guy that keeps on feeding you his future goals. You know, you don't understand. You know, it's actually understandable.
Yeah, I feel you.
So, in comprehension with that, I then we were holding hands, and then we were walking, and a couple of guys drove past.
Yeah.
In a golfy, and then hey, it was loud music.
Yes.
You know, they had the laid backs, and they drive. She looked at me, and she's like, "When, when do you think you're gonna be able to get your own car and be other and be like other kids?"
Yeah.
You know, so I realized, I then realized there that there's so much pressure from what's happening around us.
Yeah.
There's so much pressure, and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Like, there's literally pressure from what's going on around you without realizing it. Let me make an example. Let's say where you are right now.
Yeah.
And then your house starts catching fire.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend is gonna look at you like this.
Yeah, like do something.
Yeah, like like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys are in the same situation, but she's looking at you on some, yo, be a man, do something.
Yeah.
So I feel like with that, correlating it to what I'm sharing with you, is that so much pressure from what we surround ourselves with, to a point we don't realize it.
Yeah, true.
So I feel like we must be alert.
Yeah.
Such pressure, so that we can act quicker,
Yeah.
or maybe understand it better. Yeah. So this comes from also knowing who you are and what you want and how you want it and why you want it.
Yeah. And then,
So
you said a lot of key things, and
yeah.
when I just had a lot of things, obviously because at the beginning, whatever, so a lot of things are coming back to me. I still remember, even there were a number of incidences you would feel you are hungry, you are weak, you are tired. But here's a booking, you are barely making anything. In fact, it's going to be a loss. So I'll check out the bogas and all of that,
Yeah.
But you pull through in that same car, and the Sugudi Sagadi Gere,
Yeah.
So I think since back then, it shows one thing. What people are seeing now is actually something that comes from continuously putting your work in,
Yeah.
putting your work in, whether you see the results at that moment or not, and I think that's also where the whole thing of people finding something to lean on, and I know on your side you found God to lean on, and it kept you going, even though you were hungry, you didn't see a way out or whatever the case was, but you just kept going and going, and for me personally, it's one of the things that I caught, I'm taking blow my way, no man, flip it. I might not feel like doing certain things, but let me just go out there and do it, And I feel sometimes we tend to, we want to watch a movie, or we want to do something out of the ordinary, or look for inspiration at the most furthest of places, while there's inspiration all around us, Like, I don't know about your friend or Dr. E, there's certain things you catch from him, in terms of business, and a lot of business people that surround you, So for me personally, that stuck out for me, and they, for the mere fact that but you're still out there putting in the work, it shows that you see beyond today, And I feel a lot of people right now, they might not see results of what they're doing, because of the situation. It's a lot no market what they're doing, Like maybe someone is trying to break into the music industry, but it's very difficult for tracks to catch attention right now if you're not already in the industry.
Yeah.
It's people that are already in the industry, they can obviously keep up the momentum, but trying to break in right now, I know it's difficult, but I know if they can catch that one little thing that I also saw from you, that consistency in and out of season,
Yeah.
I believe we can do a lot for them,
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me one thing, man. Like, hey, a lot of things change obviously in terms of the reality that you're exposed to now and the reality you're exposed to back then. Would you say you are still the same person, or would you say a lot of things have changed, or would you say, because a lot of people tend to say fame changes people. But for me personally, maybe because I've been on a personal level, I personally I didn't see any of that, because I know you on a very, very personal level.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but when I personally, what do you feel? Because Jay-Z, for example, has had a song where he confesses. He says, I think it's on the track "Yeah, You Lost One," where he says, "You can look in the mirror and still not see what you become."
Yeah.
And he says he's also guilty of the same thing because of the whole fame thing and whatever. But when I personally, what's your personal take? Because I know you're an honest guy,
Yeah. I am very honest. Like,
Yeah.
I think having a strong character has given me this responsibility of of saying things as they are. Like,
Yeah,
try.
yeah.
I don't mince my words when I speak. So my thing is,
Yeah, shout out to all the people that are showing Prince Kaybee some love. I know he sees it there, but
I see everyone is out there getting inspired, and those
shout out,
and those
yeah,
well,
sending you, yeah. Just that I can't read that quickly, but yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So I feel like the bigger you become,
Yeah.
everything starts being magnified.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not that it's not that I have I have changed. It's just that now a lot of people know who I am and what I'm about. Yeah. So when I say it's magnified, it's still the same thing but on a bigger platform. Like I would say for instance, if I played the same set that I played today on lockdown, if I played for two people in Maraba Strat or whatever, it wouldn't have the same impact. Down. Yeah. So your character becomes a by the way thing if it's known by two people. It's just. But as soon as now 1 million people know, now 2 million people, now 5 million people know your character, it's magnified. So it's not that's not change for me. It's just being on a bigger platform. Yeah. Like you said, I've always been outspoken. I've always had a strong character. Always argued about certain issues. Yeah. Till today.
I'm not Kenya sometimes, but yeah.
I'm still the same person, but I don't go out of my way to be impossible or controllable. Yeah. I honestly don't go out of my way. I say things exactly how I feel them. That's exactly how I feel. That's why I wouldn't post something and delete, because I don't think I will feel any other way tomorrow. I'll still feel the same way if I feel about certain issues. But if something is shaky and I feel like I wouldn't I would I wouldn't say anything. A song. If you are not sure about a song, do not release. Just the same as your thoughts. If you're not sure, it's a research before you do or speak about it, and then you will deliver when you know. So I feel like coming back to your question, just to answer it in short, I
fall, guys. No, data must fall.
Ah, phone was ringing. Sorry, man.
I know, Bob. I know. It's fine.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm saying is, I haven't changed one bit. I feel like the minute you change, remember when you change, everything around you changes.
Yeah.
You won't have the same friends.
Yeah.
You won't have the same morals and thoughts.
Yeah.
If I
Dope said last. I totally agree, man. Now you killed it. You killed it,
yeah.
boy.
So I don't think I would. We would still be friends if I had changed.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you would welcome a different energy that is not me.
Yeah.
You know. So change. It's either for the worst or for the best. But for me, I think I'm still neutral in my existence.
Yeah.
As far as character is concerned, you know. Yeah.
I feel there's a couple of people that want to ask you questions there, man. I feel they should just.
I actually don't see any questions, eh?
Yeah, they should just shoot.
I actually just any.
Nah, how's life? That sounds more like a pickup line.
A what?
Pickup line. No longer how's life.
Life is good.
Show me LT. What questions do you guys have?
Yeah. I see.
I was trying to. That's a statement. Most talented producer. That's what's up.
Would you ever reach your level?
Pro T.
There's a question here that says, would you ever assist your friend to reach your level? Of course I would.
I don't see that question yet. Yeah, I'm also have questions if you Gavo, is it a DM? Yes, there's a lot of questions on my side, but yeah.
No, I read the questions that are on the live feed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Do you remember there was once a track you had produced from Mikilezeke? It was on that type of sound that I dig. It was deepish.
It's what song is that?
So go to Mutoba to a personal, like, would you ever help your friend? Yeah, I was just never into. Yeah, don't worry. Honestly speaking, I'm personally curious about, like, to hear where do you see the next 5 years?
I think I'm going to disappoint you because I real time, you know.
Yeah.
I don't have a 5-year plan, but I've a 2-year plan.
Yeah.
Like I think my plans do not really go up to 5 years.
I hear you.
But there's one plan that is a 9-year plan, and it's only because I'm retiring, you know.
Oh, all right. You're retiring from music.
Yeah, at the age of 40. So that's like 9 years from now. So that's and that is very, you know, that's a long-term plan.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Right, man.
As far as I'm concerned, they're literally 2-year, 3-year, 2-year, and then I move on to the next plan, move on to the next plan. So that's how I work. I don't have long-term plans. I think. Would you say a 2-year plan is a short-term plan?
Well, according to what people say, apparently it's a short-term plan. And I think personally, like, on the level that you're at now, you know, you can actually see 5 years, 10 years later, you know, because you've personally experienced some of the ups and downs, you know, and feel actually to me, these 5-year plans and whatever, it's a desire. Where do you desire to be in the next 5 years? It's not necessarily saying for certain I'm gonna be here. So that's the way personally I tend to see that question, because I can relate when you say you don't really have a 5-year plan per se, but I do know in the next 5 years I desire to achieve something solid, and I can't change with whatever change that comes, you know. For some, obviously you need to be flexible. Like now, I'm personally on my side, like somebody sanitizer, you know, things I never planned, you know. I would have lied years back and said I see myself at a certain place, you know. So
and you're going to sell hand sanitizers. You didn't know.
I am. I'm actually supplying to a couple of places. So yeah.
You didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm saying you didn't know, like you're going to supply hand sanitizers. You didn't know. Yeah,
exactly.
that's what.
Real time opportunities.
Exactly my point. Like I work, so real time opportunities actually appear quick, but they require vigilance. You know.
Yeah.
So it's for something to fly over your head.
Yeah.
You know, are very aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so these 5-year plans might blind you. Something might do, and you'll be like, no, I've got a 5-year plan. This is not for me. So you must, in real time, do whatever the desires. But you know, right now, if something comes, execute.
Yeah. I feel you. Hey, Ms. Lamina, I agree with you. I'm gonna go exhaust the blog. I think we need to let you go. Ms. Lamini says we've exhausted you.
Okay, Ms. Lamini.
How do you Musamwemo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am
shout out, man. Shout out for always putting up artists. Shout out for, you know, always putting in the work. Shout out for being you. Because I know as an artist, it's difficult to be yourself.
Yeah.
You know, people want an image that they have in their mind of you. They don't want you to show you or to show us your real self. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. L'amour.
Yeah, no, pest control. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm moving out here tomorrow, but yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, shout out for that, because I think the very side that people find controversial about you is actually a side that proves that you can succeed and still be yourself. You know, you don't have to succeed and now you have to be an image that people have in their minds. Like there's someone out there, or bailing poster or you know.
Yeah.
And how they'll have a certain impression of them, you know. 1, 2, 3, you'll say 1, 2, 3, and you'll respond in certain ways at a certain time. So I personally applaud that, because it's difficult for you guys. You're always in the firing line. People are always looking for a slightest mistake, you know.
Yeah.
Something to shoot you guys down, and for the mere fact that you're not afraid to expose things that people can use against you. I mean, I personally applaud that, and I salute that, you know.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
Keep it real, my nigga. Keep it real, my nigga, and keep inspiring.
You too, man. Thank you for the call.
Yeah.
The input you've contributed in my life, not as an artist.
Yeah,
like person and the spiritual from that. Has been fruitful.
Yeah.
Been amazing to a point. It's always a good thing to look back to the that got you where you are.
Yeah.
Slightly skews you back to the direction you need to be in.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to you too, man. You know, it is what it is.
Sure, boy.
I wonder someone is probably gonna say, "Hey, man, you guys can kiss already." So we don't do that. Because they don't. Keep up.
Enjoy, ne?
Hola, boy.
Awe.